He's a gentleman's club, man. We're back in the house. Shout out to the breakfast team. They held it down. The guys are so amazing. And of course, shout out to them. They were down in Durban this weekend, man. And of course, I saw what they did down in Durban. And of course, getting some feedback. So shout out to the team for doing a wonderful job in KZN. Yeah, man. Shout out to all the sponsors that are on board. And I saw a few of them. I saw, was it Remy Martin? Is it Remy? Ooh. Was that Black? I saw Black there, man. What other restaurant did you? Capello's. 2 restaurants are here on board with us, man. Shout out to Capello's, shout out to Black, shout out to to all the sponsors that are on board with us, Score, and some great stuff happening, man. I'm so happy about that. So shout out to the team, shout out to the big boss Ronnie for steering this ship, man. All right, so it is that time, man. It is the time for the gentlemen to have a conversation. And shout out to the gents. These gents, I was with them this whole weekend. Hey! Hey! Oh. Hey!
Got leg.
Put a good foot.
Hey, man.
What it do? Can we just put out a disclaimer?
Yeah, please. Oh, free of y'all.
True. All right, so let me start off with Brinsley first, and then Mr. Ronaldo Cortez, you'll follow. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Sugar Dylan Manila. Always. I get ready, take a shower.
I'm not.
Yeah, it was a crazy one. It was not even that crazy. It was an eventful one.
Right.
I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
Packed.
Unbelievable.
You know, with such amazing energies.
You were emceeing twice this week.
Yeah,
God
man,
damn,
I had to. Like, they threw me under the bus with the second one, though.
I saw your legs. I saw your legs under the tires. Under the tires. Let me go.
I was ready for it, though. I was ready for it. Immediately when they said, no, it's you and Ronaldo, I was like, okay.
Just like
big
that.
Bro. Yeah, man. I'm too good. But the first one was awesome. You know, at his house, Ronaldo Cortez's house, and we had an eventful one. Great show, man.
Yeah,
so the second one, I was like, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know these people. So what you learn, I was like, open mic session. It was great. I'm all good, man.
Beautiful, man. All right, Mr. Ronaldo Cortez, good morning to you, my brother. How are you doing?
Good rising.
Good rising, bro.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened over the last 3 days, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because it started out with Friday, but that was all Saturday.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then Saturday turned into a spillover into Sunday.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened on Sunday except that we got there.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
it was these cars. Man, I rode in a police car, Mercedes-Benz gas guzzling tank. And it sounded like if you put a Great Dane inside of a pit bull's face and they talk down the freeway, and then you hear the police sirens like woo, 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 woo. I'm like, is it choo choo? So
you know what was crazy though? When you guys pulled over, I'm standing in front of the car that you guys are in, and the car starts talking to me. Yes. Sipo, what are you doing right there?
Yeah.
This is God talking. I was like, God, is that you? I'm not ready.
Man.
Oh, but I'm good, man. Yo.
Absolutely amazing, man.
Yeah.
So good to see you, brothers.
Yeah, man.
All right, we have a guest. Let's introduce him right now. Mr. Tulane, how are you doing? He was with us on Sunday.
Oh, man,
we
I'm amazing, man. Good to be back.
Yeah.
Thank you very much once again for the second invite.
Yeah.
So
good
like
to
I'm
see
part of the gentleman's club, right?
Of course, you're part of the family.
Man, Sunday was crazy, eh?
Sunday
It
was
was
great.
bananas.
Yo.
We weren't bark, man. We didn't want to leave.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
We weren't
thank
allowed
you.
to leave, man.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on this special day, man. Listen, it's a special day, not because of April Fools.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's also that day.
but a king was born. My son was born today.
Oh, yeah.
happy birthday.
Shout out, man.
Yeah, I just want to send a shout out, a special shout out to him, Levi.
How old is he?
Levi.
Yeah, he's turning 11 today.
Oh, big
On the
boy.
first.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
111s, baby. That's a blessing.
April Fools, baby. I wonder who's trying to pull a hood between the mom and I.
when he came, you were like, this one is not a April Fool joke.
Are you
It's
very
real.
serious? Are you very serious? Tell me it's not a joke. Yeah,
That
shout
my
out to
baby.
him. Shout out to the Nero family that have done a very great job taking care of him and raising him from a very young age up until the age that is at.
Yeah.
You know, Nikita, shout out to you.
Yeah.
Sheila, shout out to you. We've got Neil,
Yeah.
also who's played a very huge father figure to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Neil, and get better soon, brother. Much love.
Yeah.
And shout out to Nikki as well. They're all based in KZN, Harding.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to the family, man. Yeah, man. Amazing, gents.
How about you, bro?
How about me?
Yeah, come on. How about you?
What's your situation?
God damn.
What the hell it do?
I was about to ask you guys
it's
first.
birthday month.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, you just entered your birthday month. Come on now.
God damn, bro.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, man.
You over
get
there
it there.
shining. Shit. You just smiling and shining.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay.
One of
You,
these
brother,
pictures.
threw me under the bus.
I saw your legs in the tires too. We got a leg sketty, not a spaghetti leg. We got a leg sketties. Look at him. Who that, mama?
God damn. So this man says to me, sometime during the week, he calls me. He's like, yo, you're going to have to walk the ramp. And I'm like, no, I'm thinking he's kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you're going to walk. And I'm like, when do I need to give you a decision? He's like, you need to tell me.
And I was like, I'm not taking no for an
We
answer.
ganged up on him also. I think after last week's show, we ganged up
did.
on him. He's like, why are you ganging up on me? Like, you're going to have to walk. Look at your body. It's all about the body here.
Oh, yeah,
You
he's
got
got
it.
it, man.
Oh, yeah, that's where it started. Outside, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
God
Yeah, you,
damn.
you had a little nipple out.
You did that.
You had a little nip.
So that.
That's the boy.
Now they killed me on Sunday. It's like, you should have seen Uncle Zach looking out there with his
looks-
shirt. Like,
I mean,
with his
you
3.5 pack.
Let me say this, man.
3.5 pack.
Hey, it was 3.5. And you know, because when you know when you got a 6-pack, right? People think that's cute. No, that look extra different. You know, dudes go to the store and they can buy one of those. I'm like, man, is that a natural 6-pack?
That's crazy.
What is that? But a 3.5, that means you got the upper, that's in shape. You got the lower, that's in shape, and the legs is symmetrically in context. 3.5.
Now, man, don't do
You know what
that.
I'm saying? Because some dudes be swallowed, they got the little chicken legs.
I saw the pictures of the
bruh.
videos,
Man.
Hey, he looked good,
Ronaldo's,
didn't he?
Yeah, I look good.
Yeah.
Look,
this is
wait,
interesting.
but see, here's the part that killed me.
Yeah.
And I mean, we still over there laying down. I'm still there.
Yeah.
Okay. He turns around and walks back, gives a nod, turns back around, walks back, and like, what the hell y'all thought this was? Drops down and like, you know, I'm like, this guy, he killed it. Hey, man.
I'm trying to look for that picture here and just show our people.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh.
Uncle
Pull
Zach
it up,
was
pull
there.
it up, pull it up.
You know, no, as I'm looking for it, like you can talk now, but I'm like, man, that was an amazing picture.
That was crazy, man.
And it's one of the most viewed pictures that you posted.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was working with youngsters and he made youngsters look. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He gave them a run for
I
their
was
money.
like, yeah.
That was
Hey, man,
crazy,
That's
man.
what's up.
So now, so while I'm waiting there, my throat is dry and I'm thinking, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
This one friend of ours walks in, Tabo. Tabo walks in.
Tabo, where is that?
Tabo,
Where
the
is he?
singer. Yeah. So Tabo, oh yeah, that's the picture. Did you guys see? Oh yeah, we did share it on the
See?
group.
Oh, the shit. Can they see?
Yeah.
Can my people see? Yeah, that's Uncle Sekiri.
Come on.
Where the nipple at? Okay,
big
you
hole.
can't see the nipple here, but yeah.
You see, the nipple was like, how you doing? I'm like, look at my player right here, boy. Hey, and you know how some people like they try to look something, you know, I think something over
didn't
there.
try. He was
He just
there.
came out and was, you know, like and the nipple was like, how you doing? And it went back under there. I'm like, oh hell no.
So much fun, yeah.
So now I'm thinking, hey, how am I gonna walk this thing? Because I came in a little bit late, so they were practicing the runs,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
walks.
yeah.
Wait, he got child though when he came in late.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, okay, I don't even know the steps. Because now there's a specific way
Routine,
you walk
yeah,
with
how you-
someone, you have
yeah.
to turn around.
Okay.
Hey man, I butchered that one up. And then, but the lady I was with, I was like, we're gonna improvise, we're gonna do our own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we rolled it.
She's a good
down.
spot, eh?
She was like, yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry, I got you,
It's
uncle.
all in the day's work, man. These things happen as
Yeah.
long as you had fun, brother.
No,
looked
it was
like you
amazing,
all
man.
did. Shout
Shout
out
out.
to you,
Fun. Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House
I
of
couldn't have done it
Ronaldo
without. I
Cortez.
couldn't have done it without
Yeah.
Uncle Zach.
Ah, yeah.
Mr. Brinsley's was the host.
With the most.
Yeah,
And he was, somebody opened up the back door. My dude was in all of the rooms at the same time without leaving none of them. He was just, he spread out like I'm out here.
God damn. Yeah, I
Hey,
know.
bro.
You killed it, bro.
Well done,
Shout out.
Prinsley. Shout out, brother. Yeah, that's what's
We
up,
had to,
man.
man. We had to.
Always ready.
It's the kind of talent we have in this team, which is amazing, man. And of course, it spilled onto Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sunday, we hooked up those amazing, beautiful cars. We showed up with about 9 beautiful cars. Shout out to Grandia Auto.
yes, Grandio.
Grandio came through.
Grandio.
man.
They
Classic
came
cars,
through,
yeah.
man. That S600 was something else, bro. I mean, that was like a 2 million rand car.
I wanted to get in the back seat with you and have a cigar and sip on some cognac.
Oh man, that would have.
But I know I would have dropped ashes on the leather and burnt it up.
Yeah.
Because it
It was
was
just ash on yourself.
I would have spilled. I was too excited. I mean, that must have been like camel skin and buffalo back. You know, the leather was so soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
It was unbelievable, bro. I sat in that car. They took me for a drive to go throw some petrol. And I was at the back.
Yeah.
The headrest is like the softest. Oh,
Wasn't there, man? My friends are like, yeah, man, President Child. That's me, my guy. And also shout out to Dopio Zero, man. Like,
Yeah.
Hey,
they did
Dopio.
amazing.
they hosted
Blue
us
Hills.
nicely.
Yeah.
Shout out to the artists and the
Yes.
music was beautiful.
Jazz band.
The
Yeah.
jazz
Jazz
band.
band. helped.
Sylvester.
Sylvester Alcanavo Mitten Band. Yes.
Yeah, he-
Atlamavo.
Man.
Yes.
I still
Mitten
can't
Band.
get it right.
Remember right there.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Let's do it one time. How you say it?
Sylvester Atlamavo. Atlamavo
Achlamavo.
Mitten Band.
Minton Band.
Yes.
Achlamaho.
Atlamavo
Like
is his
saying
surname.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, Atlamavo.
And almost sound like out the mouth, yo. You know?
Yeah, they did good also.
Yeah.
They did great. And of course, you guys held it down as MCs by jumping onto the mics, man. You guys
Yeah,
killed it. I mean, if you guys weren't there, bro, like it would
was-
have been a struggle.
They were
I
sleeping.
don't think there was any MC who was gonna hold up and bring the life to that party like you guys.
Wait, hold up. I thought that was there was an invite sent to you
No.
guys. well in advance.
No.
So you
No,
had to
that's-
do it on the damn. That's
Yeah.
That's freaking way.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
A shout out to Aisha, man. Aisha
Yeah,
says to
yeah.
me, Ronaldo, come, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what we doing? She said, look at the whiskeys and the cigars. You're hosting.
Yeah.
Huh? You're hosting. You and Brinsley are hosting.
Damn.
I said, yes, ma'am.
No, she said you
hostage
hosting,
right there.
and guess what he does? You coming with me, bro.
He need a backup. He need
But
a
one thing,
backup.
also a shout out to him. I like how he literally took the mood down when the band was playing. He broke it down. Each and every instrumentalist were playing like individually. Then he started talking there, being
Yeah,
all smooth
yeah.
and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
And he introduced the whole entire open mic session.
Yeah.
And when we started, the whole entire restaurant went there and we started
Yeah.
dancing.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That
I
was,
saw. When
you
I-
did
when I
good
walked
there.
in, everybody
That's why I was
was
sitting
on
at the
their
back. I told Uncle Zach, I'm like, I need to sit at the back and just take notes. Like, you, okay.
Well, you know why I was okay with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had help.
Oh, yeah, help.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Help me. You remember the movie The Fly? Yeah. And it was like, help me. That was me calling you. You heard me. Like, hey.
No, but on the real, Ronaldo,
Yeah.
thanks for remembering Aisha, man. She's such an
Yeah.
amazing woman. You know, she
Yeah.
brought all of us together.
Yo,
There was
bro.
a point after the singing was done, we just wanted to chill all together and have some conversations. Those conversations were so sacred,
That was
meaningful,
insane.
bro. It
I'm
was
still in those
beautiful.
conversations.
Oh man,
That's why I said I can't come down from like I'm still in that upper
Yeah,
room.
and then there were some princesses chilling.
Yes,
Yeah.
royalty.
Shout out Aisha.
Royal
did the
Bafokeng,
things
we were
over
there.
there.
Oh, man.
We had 2 real life princesses.
And
with
one
us.
was on the
Right
show,
next to
bro.
us, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was telling one of them, I've never sat in front of 2 princesses in my life.
Yeah, that was the first one.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And they were so calm, like
They were humble, bro.
bro.
Like they weren't there like, where's my gods? Like, whoa, you know, because everybody, like I felt like I needed to get down on the knee or something, be like,
Right.
you know, what can I do?
Yeah.
But I got a bad knee, so I didn't get down on the knee.
No, there was
It was amazing, man.
and you were
the-
talking to one for so long.
Yeah, so she, so one of them, just to let the audience know, is from the Royal Bafokeng.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the richest kingdom
Yeah.
in the whole continent.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Who's richer than the Royal Bafokeng?
I thought you were going to say South Africa. You said the whole continent.
I said the whole continent.
Yeah.
Who's richer than the
entire
Platinum Kings?
continent, bro.
Prince Jaffe Jofa.
Oh yeah, okay.
They're the platinum cakes.
Did you know? No, that's
you know?
yes. Oh, that's
And then the other one, she's from Abatembu King.
damn.
You know that king that's
Darlene
the one-
Jebo.
Darlene Jebo.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's from.
Yo.
Darlene Jebo is brother.
Is it?
Yo.
They don't even walk with bodyguards and all that. You wouldn't even
Hey,
think
whoa,
that
whoa,
they-
whoa. Because they got the hammer thrower. They got hands, bro. I was looking at it. I'm like, I ain't going to say nothing, but man, is that a tooth on your right knuckle? What? Somebody that got out of mouth. You know?
But even crazier is that I walked them to the car. So humble.
Nah.
They drove themselves.
Wow.
I was like, okay, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, but very, very humble and chilled.
Yeah.
So she was telling me they own a funeral parlor. So we started talking about the death business.
Yeah.
My God. I've
Yes.
never heard anything about death the way that I did.
Nah.
Hey, death is a business, man.
It is. It has always been a business. Isn't
She's
it?
like, we sit and wait. We're hoping somebody's going to die today.
Man, can we go to break, please? I need a drink.
Somebody's going
We're hoping for an 8-year-old to die. Why? Because, generally they drop a lot of money.
Business is slow.
Oh, wow, though.
She says the richest or the most expensive funeral she's done was 3.5 million.
You know, I have a
for-
problem
what's
with
this
that,
for?
though. Like, I hope we're not eating your time, but I have a problem
no,
with
it's
it.
fine.
Why are we spending so much on a deceased? I know that we need to celebrate you and all that, but I'm not about to give you a 200,000 rand, a coffin. Ah, guys, yeah, man.
You'll be shocked what people do and how much people spend on
But
funerals.
I think it's mainly us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly
You're
us.
right. Yeah.
Amar.
That's right.
It's crazy.
It's
like,
so sad.
yeah.
That's why. So you get your flowers when you are 6 feet. Well,
Nah, yeah.
but when you are alive, ain't nobody coming through to you on some.
Yeah.
Brother, here's a 200K to start a business.
Yeah.
I mean, that could definitely change your life for a better.
I think after chatting to her, I was very convinced that funerals, what we spend on funerals, is a waste of money.
It is. No, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Like I know with my white friends, usually what they have like your for food, it's like sandwiches.
Yeah.
Dan coffee,
Yeah.
coffee
Cheese
in
and
an hour,
crackers.
not more than 50 hour.
finger snacks,
You understand? Put if you can get even cremated, quick, cool. Then we're done with it, then we move on with our lives. But us, shame. After tears, let's party, boy.
We go the 9 yard.
Bruh, you need
All
a
the way,
limousine
bruh.
of a hairs to come and take you to. You can't even see that. Can you even see?
I saw a limo full body extension with the bulletproof door handles. And the body was see-through, floating in the middle of the back of the caboose.
No.
With- and the damn casket popped open. Man.
Man, come on, get up.
I'm like, is that part of the visual? What's going on here? And dude sat up, was like, what's up?
No, we always think
That
that.
ain't- I don't feel like that's dignified.
Crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, what a day, what a weekend
Yeah,
we've
bro.
had. So, fantastic one, gents. Thank you so much for, making it happen with us. And this was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
We're
was.
planning on to the next one on the 17th
Which
to
one
the
is
18th.
that one now? That's
man.
that's your birthday?
Well,
Birthday
so
week.
it's like it's my birthday weekend, and we said we're just gonna go and chill out at Hardy's, and that's what it is.
Vegas and Hardy's.
Vegas in
Yeah,
Hardy's.
let's get it.
Remember the movie The Hangover?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do The Hangover.
Yeah, let's do that.
We're just not gonna remember what happened on Friday.
No, I'm gonna remember.
Well, you're gonna remember.
Yeah.
I'm a
You're gonna tell us.
I'm drinking cranberry juice, pineapple juice, Ripple,
Yeah, man.
Jack. No.
Yeah, Priestley will be like telling us in
Yeah,
the
it's like,
morning,
"This is
like,
what
you
you
won't
did."
believe this is what you did.
Yeah.
I took videos.
Let
Don't
me
worry.
show you.
No offense, but I'm on Epstein file, you guys.
Yeah.
I
That's,
received
that's BTS.
I received the invite from Uncle Zach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, this promises to be fun, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, the whole planning in the Northeast and what you're going to do
Yeah.
on the 17th and the 18th. But damn it, my
You
son
can't.
just wants to celebrate his birthday on that particular weekend. 'Cause
Yeah.
the schools are closed right now,
Oh,
so
yes.
his friends are away out of the province. So only when they get back is like, let's do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense though.
Oh, well.
But we'll invite you again.
The next one,
This
yeah.
one is just a curtain raiser.
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this one's gonna be a curtain raiser. Once we do it properly, we're back there again.
Okay.
It's gonna be fire, man.
Can't wait.
All right, gents, it is that time to jump into our next conversation, which is more of a concerning issue. And of course, we've got our guest who's going to help us understand what's going on. We did say that the issue of unemployment among young people is quite high.
Right.
And it's a growing problem. It's like you go to every single township, you'll see young people sitting, young people can't find jobs, and all sorts of issues. So South Africa's official unemployment rate was 31.4% in quarter 4 of 2025, decreasing slightly from 31.9% in quarter 3, according to Stats SA. While 17.1 million people were employed, approximately 7.8 million remained unemployed. Youth unemployment rate between 15 and 34 remains critical, often exceeding 40% of the expanded definition, including discouraged work seekers, indicates a broader, more severe crisis. So those are pretty much the numbers, gents. And of course, to make sense of this, our guest is here to help us understand these crazy numbers. So, my brother, as you hear this, as an expert in what you do in HR, your thoughts on this specific topic?
Listen, man, these numbers are way too exorbitant.
Yeah.
Uncle Zach,
Yes.
thank you once again for the opportunity, man. There really is something that we got to do in order to change the situation.
Yeah.
Because we can't carry on like this, man. The youth unemployment is quite staggering. And there are certain factors that actually contribute to this, job opportunities being one of them.
Yeah.
And background, of course, and people not having experience. So we're gonna chat about those. I understand you got some questions that you prepared for me, so probably let's jump into it. But yeah, very, very concerning numbers.
All right. No, absolutely. So to do this, I went onto the streets because I wanted to hear directly from the young people.
Yeah.
So I went to Bram and I wanted to speak to them and find out because Bramfontein is full of young people.
Yeah.
And some of them are there to study. And often what we find is that they finish studying and after that they can't seem to find work. So I thought, let me go and speak to them and hear what they have to say. So the first gent I spoke to, he's quite involved with youth development initiatives in his township.
Yeah.
And this is what he had to say.
Thank you, sir.
kopa o qale ka lebitso la hao le hore o hlaha kae.
Ne ke batla itse good morning everybody. My name is Mohammed and my surname is Ali. I'm from Kliptown, Johannesburg. Yeah, actually what I'm doing, I'm running a program of youth unemployment in terms of community unemployment, as we see that the youth unemployment rate is in a very, very high rate, which we actually doubled it with a year period. If we understand children that comes from school, that they have finished school, have actually implemented on top of those who were already at home. So the number is actually growing higher and higher. And so as it is growing, we actually miss the point of what is the government doing, because those community programs in the communities in terms of EPWs, they do not benefit the community because it's a amalgam program, a program that is under political agendas that does not employ individual children that must come and be part and parcel of the employment programs. And things that we do not have is things like activities that can keep children busy and that can even teach them how to employ themselves, because what we need to cooperate with young children to develop themselves and have more skills in children that can actually learn how to develop themselves. Because if you can listen, a lot of children, they are running into things like varsities and going to other stakeholders, which are they are implementing their education more, which it's still the same. We are still looking at the same, because after the education, the same person is going to sit at home. You understand? So if after education there is a amalgam program where kids continue doing something by implementing their mindset and growing each and every program. It can be under economic, it can be under hawkers programs, it can be small businesses, it can be SMMEs. It's also part of creating job creation and upgrading these children, rather than what we see. What I actually, in terms of thinking, what is happening, mostly, but I will be sorry in terms of putting that word. I see in business, in our business sectors, it's more foreign people that our South African are actually empty in business programs. So if we can try to implement those small businesses, give to those children who are actually in mindsets of opening small businesses, I think unemployment rate, we can win it with the power, with the communities, even us, families at home. We must be part of this program by pushing our children. How can they be employed? So I think that it is the issue around our communities. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Yeah. So your response to the uncle there?
Yeah, he said quite a mouthful, man, and these programs are quite important. But over and above, looking at these programs that he's talking about, people have got to focus on certain things in order to build themselves. Whether it's your brand, whether it's your CV, making sure that you stand out in order to be employable. And there's quite a lot of ways that you can do that. I mean, when it comes to CV building, you really, really need to, you don't really need to have a experience, right? It's all about, putting your potential through. All right. Because that is what most corporates are interested in.
Yeah.
Do you have the potential? Yeah. Are you willing and able to learn? All right. What is it that you can bring into the company? What's your value add? The ROI should be bringing in. So people can focus on those as well in order to really try and put themselves out there.
Absolutely. You want to jump in?
Yeah. Because he just spoke about the tailor making of a CV.
Yeah.
I've seen many of us, we still have those Bible CVs, man, because we want to put everything all in one. Do you understand? Because as you said, you need to showcase what you can do, your skills and all that. What's the proper CV that these corporations are looking for?
Okay.
Where, because you can go to the internet and try to check up the samples and this is the CV maybe which is needed. Then the next thing you send it, but you're like, I've been, you understand, applying for about 2 years, nothing is happening.
Yeah.
So what's the proper tailor-made CV that one needs to have?
That's right.
Actually, or is it
that's a very
generalized
good
as No,
it's not. Well, it's not generalized. I mean, you get people with a lot of experience. They've been working for years on end, and they really want that to come across in their CVs. However, when it comes to recruiters, talent acquisitions, teams, they get very, very high numbers of CVs coming through on a daily basis. You can imagine. So you got to make sure that in order to have an advantage, you keep it clean, you keep it simple, you keep it short. You find that a one-page CV would actually come across as more, bolder than that Bible CV that you have. You just got to know exactly what it is that you got to put in there. Have those most salient points. If you don't have any prior practical experience, got to make sure that if you've volunteered before, have it there. If you've been a class leader before a rap, have it there. If you've done internships here, you gotta. So that is what recruiters are looking for. But over and above that, do not forget to mention what your value add is going to be to the business.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And do not try to apply for everything using one CV, because jobs
Yeah.
are not the same,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
True.
So you
yeah,
got to tailor
yeah.
make it
Yeah.
to each specific role
Mm.
if you want it to get to the table of that specific recruit.
And when it comes to references, because I've noticed like sometimes people put in, I think we spoke about it also.
Yeah.
People put in like, hey, uncle, if they call
Oh,
Jesse,
yeah.
you know. But now when it comes to, maybe let me just say, maybe I worked for Ronaldo Cortez,
Yeah.
house, you know.
Right.
Then the next thing, me and him, we didn't leave in good terms.
Right.
But he knows that, hey, Brinsley was a hard worker
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
How do I then, should I put that same, my employer,
Yeah.
whom I left on bad terms with, maybe I have only two. It's only Uncle Zach and Uncle Cortez. Should I now?
Listen, Princely, man, that's a tricky one, but my stance has always been honesty is the best policy.
Okay.
All right, you better be honest from the word go. We didn't part on good terms, but you can contact them, but also try to find out about my performance, not just about
Thank you.
what caused us to have a conflict in the first place. All right, so yeah, honesty, put that extra, because we as our HR people will not just take things at face value. Your CV will still dig over and above what we see. We'll contact that company, the head office, the HR will want to find out about your attitude. Attitude is much more important than your experience, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
wait.
I promise you.
What?
You can have years and years of experience, but if your attitude sucks, bro,
True.
ain't nobody wants to deal with you.
Hey.
You got a stinking attitude, we just want to chalk you out, because you are always going to be a problematic employee, because you're not aligned with the company values,
Yes.
the morals. You don't know what the vision is, therefore you're always just a loose cannon.
But Ratulan, what if it's something outside? You understand? So I'm trying to make our youth to understand that, okay, cool, because some of them, they have their lifestyles whereby groove and all Illuminati,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
understand? Then the following day, Sunday, Monday, now you have that alcohol breathing and I'm gonna talk to my boss here. And they're like,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
do you understand?
Yeah.
So what if it's that? Look, my attitude, it's outside, because some of them, they look at your social media,
Right.
and they hire you from that perspective, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
wrong. Sometimes, from my own opinion, guys. Please don't say.
That is very true, and that is why it is important, Princely, to make sure that you keep your social media platforms professional. All right, especially if you want to venture into corporate, because we will want to have a look at that. Should we suspect that there are some, things that we need to have a look at? So very important to keep it professional. Don't be careful who you engage with and how you engage.
My personal life.
Yeah, because you're putting it out in the public.
Now
If we're
look-
gonna hire you,
Yeah.
you are gonna become part of us, and a company is a brand, bro. So you are representing this brand, and when people out there see you, they're gonna make a connection. Oh, this is how Bogart stores people,
Yeah.
act.
Do you know why I'm saying that? It brings me to that Katlego Maboa situation. Now, okay, I've been working with you guys for the past 10 years. Then the next thing, I have a quarrel at home with my significant other. Then the next thing, she decides to take a phone out like, yeah, I'm about to put you on blast. Then what happens? Now, that also erodes into my career. Do you understand? Professional life.
right.
You see, I didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
But now I'm tarnished now in the industry. Now all these brands are dropping.
Yeah.
You guys are also, HR is telling me, Makai, I don't know, but that wasn't even under my working hours. I was outside and that happened.
Yeah.
So I have to deal with it now.
That's why common sense is very important. Yeah. You must think and say, I'm a brand and I get paid for two things, for my skills and for my time.
Yeah.
And I'm a brand. So I work for this company. So my brand and their company, now we are associated, we are one. And therefore, anything I do is going to damage my reputation. And if you had a business, you would also worry about the same things. To say, whatever I do, and if it looks bad on me, it's going to affect my business. You must think like that even when you're employed. Yeah.
Interesting platform. I want to ask the question now as it relates to the unemployment.
Yeah.
Because the numbers, 43% youth unemployment right now.
Yeah.
Youth are the potential, right? Potential. They're
Yeah.
not yet
Yeah.
to the space,
Future leaders.
but they're the potential of the value chain.
Right.
So what's the return on investment on the value chain if there's no infrastructure that'll support the potential that is in them?
Yeah.
And when I say that is the people services, the human resource
Yeah.
component.
Yeah.
Human and resource, right? Resources we know are very deeply rooted, very equitable things that are, made tangible and manifest into prosperity at some point for something or someone. That's why the branding side of a person's personal brand with the corporate brand. Now, those are two. You're a corporation of you, and this is the corporation of Bobby Corporation. Now there's an agreement that happens, but now when you come, the key to get in that door is the resume.
Yeah.
That's just one part. But after the resume, you're being hired, so there's an agreement.
Yeah.
And then there's an agreed amount that you're going to get paid. But now we have a large 43% market of people, young people, who are going into a saturated space where the actual value system does not have value anymore. It's like the rand used to be worth this, but now I need to get a job that's paying me this worth on this rand. But everything's digital. The rand don't exist. It's just a paper flop.
Yeah.
So that's the economic environment.
Yeah.
Not just here, but we just focus here.
Yeah.
So now people are going for jobs to fulfill with these documents to say, hey, I've qualified this, and this. I've got a degree, this, and this. And nothing's changed as far as like actual job growth, system growth, infrastructure development, and application in real tangible performance-based time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how then, these young people are very tech savvy, so they're going to say, now this goes into the entitlement. Well, why would I do what y'all did? Y'all old, that's over with. I can do it in 3 minutes on my phone.
Yeah. That's right.
But now, here's the gray line. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see where you're taking this, man, and that's a very interesting thing that you're bringing up. And going back to the brand, Uncle Zach, since you were talking about personal branding, is very, very important. You know, whether you like it or not, you have to have a personal brand, as whether you've started working or you are about to start. Because once you get in there, you gotta have something that the company will resonate with. All right. Now, bringing in the digital space, I attended this HR event 2 weeks ago with Suits and Snickers. Not sure if you guys know them. They're right here in Cramerville.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was quite insightful, man. It was the topic was top 10 HR trends or top 10 HR and hiring trends in South Africa in 2026.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that should be interesting.
So they broke these trends down, pre-employment and post-employment. All right. And the gentleman, the keynote speaker, actually said something very profound, and it stuck in my mind. A CV nowadays is at the bottom of the validity when it comes to people being hired.
What?
Yeah.
God.
It's the potential and the skills that are sitting right there at the top. So you're looking at your CV, you're trying to refine it, you're trying to make sure that it gets out there, but networking is very important.
Yeah.
People forget that part.
Yeah.
So networking, get out there, talk to people, the spaces that you would like to venture into. This will most probably open up conversations that you get the job that you're looking for, or even deals. You know?
So this is cold
I agree.
calling. Yes.
Yeah.
It's cold calling.
Yeah. And
It's
I mean,
back to the basics of the old school, boots to the ground. Hey, Uncle Zach, how are you? I'm Ronaldo.
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
it's so
You're
true
right.
because I haven't been employed using a CV, bro.
For real? Damn. That means you're a
So
good Mashai.
I just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Sirazwakala, ntate. No, it would be, I met you at some whatever and you like me and you're like, yo, man, I think we could do this.
Right.
What do you think? What are you doing? Where are you at?
Yeah.
You know, and come through. And then, okay, give me a CV then.
Yeah.
Just so that they can submit something.
Right.
But it's not because I issued out a CV, applied for that job, then I got a call back because of my CV.
Yeah.
I've never sent a CV and got a call back. So I haven't done that in the last 20, 30 years. Yeah.
But you know what? Also, because I heard you talking about Uguti, okay, you need to go network and all that,
Right.
and CVs are not that much prominent as they used to be.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
even some qualifications these days, because when you're looking at matric, you're like, my guy, you got, and it's not even an entry level.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
So you need to
yeah.
have that skills. But now, guys, can we focus on money? For me to go and print out that CV, I need money.
Yeah.
For me to go get certification to drive to that police station, for somebody who lives in Alexandria,
Get
I
out.
need
David.
money.
Yeah.
For me to teachers have Mama, we were talking about it yesterday, this whole topic.
But
They
people
have
complain
says.
about that money, ne? But they don't complain when they buy cigarettes and alcohol.
Yeah, but we can't generalize and say it's everyone. Let me
But
just,
it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
it's the
Nah.
the
It's a
bulk.
It's a norm. Yeah.
No, I get that, but my point now is that okay, cool. There are teachers now who are qualified, or doctors now are unemployed. Some of them who are qualified. Do you know all of them have a certificate, not a certificate of like, no, I got a degree. No, certificate that you are a teacher now, so you need to have this certificate. Like for teachers, is SACE, ne?
Yeah,
And you pay for it. So now I'm unemployed, but each and every year I need to pay for the certificate that I have, you know? And now to network, to drive to go see Uncle Zeki there at Blue Hills, to go see Utulani, you understand? And
Cost-
I need, it's costly.
By the way, I don't stay at Blue Hills.
No, I'm just.
I would have owned it, bro. I mean, have you seen
hey,
the houses around the
maybe
that's your
it's,
Blue Hills.
maybe
That's
it's the potential. It's the potential. It's
the
coming.
potential, yeah.
It's coming. We see something.
So now, Bratulan, with all these frustrations and our youth not having money for that, now there's data. I need to have data for me
Yeah.
to order that Uber.
Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
have money and ask Ukrema to go into that taxi. When
Yeah.
I get there, I also
Yeah.
need to be patient.
Yeah.
Wait for Upratulani to come down, and also I need to grab his attention as well. You understand? That
Yeah.
takes time and it takes money. Where
Yeah.
do you expect the youth now to get that money? And yet again, we spoke about this.
Yeah.
Having our brothers and sisters, because you saw what's happening in Eastern Cape. Is somebody Igbo king saying, I am a king now. in
Yes,
Eastern Cape.
yes.
You
Oh,
see?
man, yeah, that
now
caused a
the
lot
youth
of
is standing
riots.
at the back, and you spoke about it as well, saying that, you know what, they're gonna say that's too old, man. We're not about to do that. Rather, let me do this thing and just send it online, and that's all. When
Yeah.
I meet you, can it be a guaranteed thing that I might get that at least 80% of the thing? Where do you think the the youth now is going to get that money? Because most of them have degrees, because people are saying that the youth is lazy, and they're not lazy.
No, they're
Yeah,
not lazy.
they're not.
They have all the paperwork,
Yeah.
but they're sitting at home. People are saying, South Africans don't want to work. I'm like, some South Africans, they know that, hey, bro,
Yeah,
I deserve more than 50 rand an hour, Makai. I worked hard.
Yeah,
So-
I hear you, Princely, and it's valid, man. Granted, what you are asking, it is a very tricky one. This one as well. I mean, this entire subject that we have in right
It's
here
tough,
is
bro.
it's tough, man.
That's why we're having this
The
conversation.
only thing that actually comes to my mind with regards to that is that's why there's volunteering work. So when you go and volunteer somewhere, I'm gonna come and volunteer working at Boggart. Whenever there is a need that arises that touches your personal life, and they can see that they will definitely give you the 50 rand to print that CV, bro. Oh no, go to the office and do
Okay.
it. You know. So youth should not only think about work as work that will generate income for them. Sometimes just start with what you have.
Yeah.
Start where you are. You don't have to get to a point where you are really you can afford, or you've actually got an income coming somewhere, or a family that's supportive financially for you to do all these things. Go and volunteer, man. People are not stupid out there. We'll see that you're doing a great job and you really are eager to get somewhere in life. Who will chip in?
Absolutely. All right, so let's hear the views of the young people, because
Okay.
I got to have a chat with them. Here's another one.
Ah, ka Spedi shop, yeah. Sillo. Okay, tada. So what do you think there's such high unemployment among young people?
The reason why unemployment is high ke la baka la gore rena as youth re nyaka mmereko, but we are only looking for those high paying jobs.
Okay.
We're not looking for something that can sustain us.
Okay. Do you think young people have the right skills for the job market that's available?
It's Isn't kaofela bona, but some do have.
Okay. Wena concerns tsa hao ka o batla Spani ke eng? Are you worried about getting a job on there?
Yeah, sale ka ba worried nako le ke fetsa ka matric. Because ne ke zama go di molong thole mmereko. Mara kaofela ba go tsa nthiwa mo go tsa for ba tlo boya go nna o ba nyaka di skills, which that is skills tsa go matla ke na tsona, but I feel like arena opportunities for thole mmereko.
Okay. I've got an HR specialist in studio today. He answers all the questions about unemployment, the youth. Do you have any question you can think of?
About unemployment.
Yeah, about unemployment.
Take a go for king e kare fa motivation gore na is we ka re thole mmereko because a se rena kaofela.
Okay.
But rena like re le ba bangata, most ya youth ba nyaka mmereko, but a ba ithuso potsa ke gore ke ntse e kare mo motivator gore re kre mmereko.
Okay. Ke a leboha Brian.
All right. So you heard it from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your views.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to go back to what I said right now.
Yeah.
The motivation is really about, trying to find volunteering work, trying to network as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for motivation, you got to get into spaces that will inspire you. That will in turn motivate you to do even more, right? So, getting onto those spaces that will motivate you to do more. LinkedIn is a very powerful platform, guys.
Yeah.
Go onto LinkedIn. You
We
check out all
underestimated,
these,
eh?
Yeah. It's
People
very,
underestimate it.
very underestimated. But I can tell you right now, for me being at Dream Hotels and Resorts today, it was through LinkedIn. They
That's
contacted me,
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 2 other jobs that I've had before were through LinkedIn. So you can easily get headhunted in LinkedIn, but it's not just about putting your profile there. It's also about interacting, writing different stories, and engaging with the people that can give you those sort of opportunities.
Yeah.
So if he's looking, his question is around motivation. How can I get motivated to actually still be gunning for a job and eventually find it?
Yeah.
Go to those spaces, look at the people that are already doing it. You'll be motivated. Network as much as you can, but don't forget to volunteer. And things will happen before you know it. They might want to give you even that permanent job as a volunteer.
Okay.
Because you are working hard.
I agree.
You should definitely work hard if you want that.
Absolutely. All right. There's another young person who also wanted to say something. Let's quickly take a listen to what she had to say.
Morning.
Tell us your name, please.
Owetu. My name is Owetu.
Owetu, tell us, why do you think unemployment is so high among youth?
I think people are mostly unemployed because some don't plan for their future, some don't have enough to do what they want to do as they grow. They become undecided. Most of them is because of their backgrounds, therefore they can't go to school in order to further their dreams and whatsoever.
Yeah. We've got an HR specialist in studio. Do you have any questions for him as he deals with employment issues?
My question would be, is it a must for us to be at school in order for us to get jobs? Is it meant for us to go to school to get jobs, or we just get jobs just jail?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you so much. All right.
It is actually a very good question if
Yeah.
you think about it.
Yeah.
Because you go to school and you study, and in turn you're not getting employed.
Yeah.
So you're thinking to yourself, what the hell should I even continue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at my cousins; they're still sitting at home.
Thank
What's
you.
the use for me to go out there?
It's true.
I can definitely tell you that it's not a must. If you have, that's why in the first time that I came around, I spoke about building, a youth that will be entrepreneurs and create jobs for themselves.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So as soon as you have the skills to be a good communicator, be intentional about what you want to do,
Yes.
get yourself out there, sell yourself well,
Yeah.
you can definitely start something that will not require you to even be employable by another company. So going to school, don't get me wrong, kids, go to school, study, all right, study. It comes with its own perks.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, it's the wisdom that you get. It's the knowledge that you get. It's knowing how to, articulate yourself.
Yeah.
And there are skills that you get from school that are taught at school that you won't necessarily find out there in the world. I'm talking about your human skills, apart from the digital skills,
Yeah.
your interpersonal skills.
True.
How you communicate, how you put make yourself clear when you say things.
Yeah.
Problem solving skills. Are you able to solve problems, not just identify them, come up with different suggestions? In school you can get those courses that can teach you stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it is important to go to school, but it is not a must. It is not the end of the world if you didn't have, for instance, a bursary, an opportunity for a bursary, or you come from a poor background where the family can't actually take you to school. You can still, once again, start with what you have. Don't wait until such time that you are ready, or when no one is coming to save you, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
Hey,
Pam.
hey.
Nobody's coming to save
That's
you.
crazy.
No,
Yeah.
it's scary, but that's a fact. I wanted.
I remember there was one time I was young though, but like very young. I had a crush on Janet Jackson and like,
Okay, who did it?
All right.
and because I was like, I hope one day she'll come to South Africa and save me,
Yeah. Amy Janet Jackson.
I thought it was only the girls that did that, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for honesty. You see,
Yeah.
Say me.
honesty goes a long
Honest.
way. Wow.
No one's
Backstreet
going
Boys.
to-
She was hot. She was hot. I don't know if
She
she
was
still
hot?
is. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Speaking
know.
about Janet Jackson, I love the fact that she's an opportunist. Like, yeah, she's out here marrying the rich ones. Like, when she's done, mad. But now, the money question now,
Yeah.
because we have a whole lot of people now who are qualified. Let's just say you're getting employed. It's fine. Then they ask you, hey, Bra Princely, what's your salary expectation? my guy?" That one, because most of the time when you go online, they don't put the salary there.
Yeah.
They're like, they just tell you what they want and all that.
Yeah.
And you get there, they interview you. You're amazing, my guy.
Right.
Now they ask you, what's the salary expectation?
Yeah.
Now you are shivering there. You don't want to shoot high. If you shoot high, you might chase them away. You don't want to shoot low. If you shoot low, they're like, you understand?
Yeah.
So, the skills. What should one, even knowing about that certain industry, but you being somebody who started, let me just say you were volunteering, then the next thing they're like, no, let's absorb you and take you full time now.
Right.
Now, what would you advise to the youth now? I'm starting now. I'm here.
Thank you for using the word starting, Princely. You'll remember, I'll keep referring back to the first podcast we had last month, right?
Sure.
And there's one thing that I said, you asked me a question about having a PhD, and now you're coming into the workspace, and they want to put you as an entry level. I said to you, what is the problem with starting from scratch? All right. So now you've applied for this job, and the salary is given to you. You've never had it before. You've been volunteering. My advice is take that salary, run with it. You will get a much better salary once you are in there. The most important thing is getting your foot in the door. And what happens on the other side of the door purely depends and lies with you, because this is when you have to prove yourself the worth of having to earn that salary.
But I'm saying it now when it comes to, let me just say your company now, it's hiring me,
Okay.
so
And
it's my
you've got work
now they're
experience.
asking
Okay,
me
cool.
now,
Yeah.
what's your salary expectation? What should the youth now expect to say? Like, where should I shoot from? Like 10,000, 5,000, 20,000. Like, where should I? Depending on like, let's just say your industry.
Right.
Let's say maybe hospitality.
Yeah. Okay.
Where should I start off from?
Yeah. So hospitality is quite vast, brother.
Yeah.
Because you'll remember I said we are the industry that mostly hires entry level jobs.
Yeah.
You know, your housekeepers, your
Cleaners,
gardeners,
yeah.
cleaners, and stuff like that. Waiters, waitrons.
Yeah.
So then you move up to the supervisors, which we call the leads.
Yeah.
Then you move up to, you know, a whole lot. It's quite vast. So you can't really put, so it depends which position you apply
Yeah.
for. It is very important for the youth out there to do their homework before they go for an interview. And by doing your homework, what I mean is do your research with the specific industry that you want to go into, couple it with the roles, you know, within that industry and maybe other industries, and try to find something that we call in HR a benchmark. Salary,
benchmark. Ooh,
salary,
yeah.
there's something called salary benchmark. Try to see where it is so that you do not shoot yourself on the foot, you
Yes.
know, above the hip.
Yeah,
You know? So very important to do your research. And if you are not quite sure, it is not a sin to say, listen guys, can I get back to you with this one? I'm not quite sure, but in the meantime, I mean, if I am successful, I will definitely be happy to review the offer and get back
That's
to
a
you.
beautiful answer. I like that one.
Yeah. You got to choose your words carefully.
Yeah, you gotta be very wary what you
Nah.
say.
Yeah.
So just on that notion, I'm thinking, for youth to know the value, determine what they should get paid starting out. I think you have to be honest with respect to what is the minimum wage to start anything in the country.
Word.
For instance, in South Africa, the economic environment is different than what I live
Word.
in
Yeah,
America.
somewhere else. Yeah.
In America,
Yeah.
I won't disclose, but at the executive level, I made an abundance of money.
Oof.
In South Africa, I can't bring that American idealism to an environment that does not have the infrastructure to hold that kind of economic weight.
Right.
And then to come with that attitude and say, well, I'm this, I've done that,
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
me what I'm worth.
Yeah.
No, you must know the environment you're in.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
And once you know the environment you're in, you can dialogue with the leaders of that environment, and sometimes those leaders are the ones who are the least.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to tell you from the root, okay, you can't do that because you don't know how this came to be. So here's my perspective.
Yeah.
When a child is hungry, and I saw this yesterday, and the father and the mother, they were waiting for food to come, and
Yeah.
the child kept saying, Daddy, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But the child was eating snacks.
Okay.
But I don't want this, I'm hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like a song, I'm hungry, and I started to listen to the rhythm of this song.
Yeah.
And this child was so focused on the hunger being met. It wasn't just, I want this. This child specifically had something in their mind that they were hungry for.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she would
Very-
not
very
stop
picky.
saying, I'm hungry. Daddy, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. So I sat back and I said, damn, what about the young people in the South African environment? Their hunger is not the same hunger of the yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have a different knowledge and a different diet, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I looked and I said, well, what is the basic of feeding? It starts where? Mother and child.
Right. Yeah.
And there's a natural process. So I think somewhere in the system of young people growing up, something has violated the natural process of how to eat the right way.
Yeah.
You're not actually hungry. You just want what you want. And you are so focused on doing that, you're not realizing you already have what you want.
Absolutely.
You just want, you need to know your diet.
Oh yeah.
So when you go to an employer and you say, look, you know, I want to get paid $8,000 because your homie got paid that, but that dude or that lady been on that job for 5 years.
Right.
You fresh out of college, or maybe you.
True.
And then young people will say, and they'll sit at home, and this is going to that point. I see what you did, and it's not paying you. Why would I do that? First mistake. Your mama taught you how to eat, and your daddy taught you how to hunt.
Yeah.
So how in the open air hell
It's the
can you
entitlement.
have
man.
that attitude
Yeah, it's the
that somebody gonna give you something without working for it?
Right.
Firstly.
Yeah.
And then lastly, my point now. The system is still stuck on a failing electric structure. And I'm going to talk about that later.
Okay.
Electricity is friction. Okay?
Yeah.
Either your sweat from your body, from your clothes, from motion. But slow motion, baby, don't get it done.
Yeah.
Doesn't go anywhere.
You got to put effort.
You got to put effort, man.
With sight.
That's right.
So I saw a lot of things with the child. Like the child was like, no, I want what I want. And the rhythm that child created, then the door rang. Bing, bing. The food came. And then the baby was so habitual with saying it. She's eating the food. And she's saying, Daddy, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry, yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I said, look at your food. Are you hungry or are you eating?
Ooh, that's quite powerful, man. Very profound. Very profound. Yeah. And
Are you hungry or are you eating?
Yeah. And I know it's not a question, Ronaldo. You did say that it's your perspective, right? But in just to add, not in response, to add on what you're saying, you find...
I like how you choose your words, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
People services. Not humane.
Not human resources. People. Listen, you find people that are so acquainted with, or rather used to, chilling with people, giving them, handouts. All right? So I got Uncle Zach, I got Ronaldo, I got Princely as my brothers. They are all doing really well, and I'm just comfortable with the fact that I ain't gotta pay the bill at the end of the day, as opposed to trying to find out how did they get there. So as opposed to saying I'm hungry, Ronaldo, gents, I'm hungry, give me some, then you guys just bring the meals. No, turn that food back and be like, I am hungry to make money, to be like you guys, So that's the mindset that, right? So that we all are, I can also be able to pay the bill one day.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So that, talking about the hunger, right?
We call it an ice boy.
Ice boy.
The ice boy, that's right. Yeah.
Because you are with these guys, they're doing well, and they make you run around, and you don't say, gents, I want to be like you and also be able to do the things. You are comfortable being sent around.
Therefore, you get
so I understand
used to,
your philosophy there.
Right. No, me too. Me too. Yeah.
Deep. Let's hear what the young people had to say. We've got 2 more comments, and let's hear what they have to say. Very interesting conversations indeed, gents. I really appreciate it. I hope that young people that are watching and listening are getting some real practical tips on what you can do, because it's possible for you to be unemployed and be employed. And also it's also very possible for you to be unemployed.
That just
unemployed and be employed.
You can turn it around.
Beautifully painful.
You can also sell tomatoes, you can sell things, you can sell something. Like there's always something.
It's a hustle.
Yeah, it's a hustle. All right, so let's take a listen to what this brother here had to say. Yeah, Shapwena.
100%.
Tell us your name, bro.
Ujabulani Shabang.
Okay.
NgiseSoweto eProteas.
Okay.
Sure.
Soweto, there's many young people who are unemployed.
Too much.
Why do you think this is the case?
No, according to me, the way ngibona ngakhona ne.
Yeah.
Omunye umthetho awubekile la South Africa, like for saying ukuthi kumele uthole umsebenzi une-experience eneminyaka engaka. Imagine coming from school, ufuna ispan, ungakhonanga ukuya kuma-university and whatnot yabo. Ufuna ispan, bakutshele ukuthi uza ne-experience eso, and usaphuma esigele. Obviously you don't have experience, so you can't be hired. Then let's say 6 years down the line, you're still unemployed. Now mhlawumbe you are above youth. Ugcina sewutholakala mhlawumbe unaboma-30 above, then you can't be hired. So I think the problem here mhlawumbe icabanga ukuthi South Africa nayo ngayibuka leyo.
No, very true. I've got an HR specialist Tulani with us in studio. So do you have any questions for him? Because he deals with employment issues in the company that he works for.
Okay.
So maybe a question you might have to say, what does HR look for? Or what is the,
my brother mhlawumbe i-question engambuza yona mayelana na what you've just explained manje ukuthi ezibona ama-HR is it human resource ne? Human resource HR I know ukuthi uyayifundela le nto lena. Are there other ways ukuthi mhlawumbe ungakhona ukuyenza and then usponsorishe ukhona uthola ispan than for ukuthi ufunde maybe uhlale after ufunda uhlale iminyaka ungasitholanga ispan? Are there ways to work around it ukuthi mhlawumbe ama-South African athole indlela easy Not easy per se, but elula for ukuthi empowerish abantu aba less fortunate like us, guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, makes sense. Kyalewa Prayak.
Bonga mina.
Hola.
Thank you very much to the people that spoke to me earlier on, man. So, your view on what the young brother there had to say.
All right, man. Yeah. So, Uncle Zach, to the young brother, yeah, there is a way in order for you to gain experience without having to, even graduate in that field, or study in that field, or there's a lot of practical ways that you got to look at. So there's things that we call freelancing, okay? Helping out small businesses. When you go to a small business, there's definitely an element of it, becoming a human resource department, and you can learn from that. It goes back to volunteering, as opposed to just wanting to gain the actual real life experience. Go out there, do the volunteering. Once again, it is not about you having the experience. Start with what you have. Go to the nearest business places, ask for volunteering, and open your eyes. Learn as much as you can, and this will give you the much needed experience that you need. And there's no such thing as a small opportunity. It's only a small mind.
Absolutely. And lastly from me,
hold on, before can I just play one more clip? No, go.
Let's
do one more clip, and then we can close off with you, my brother. And I know we got to release my brother at about 12:30. All right, so here's one more.
So hi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Sally. I think unemployment is so hard because of corruption. Like most of the people are so corrupted. The fund that is used to create jobs for young people, some of them do use it for their personal needs. And it's also so high because a lot of youth these days, I feel like they don't take their studies seriously, because one of the way to get employed and to create a job is for you to study, and then like entrepreneurship, if you do understand it, you do master it, then you can search around your community and see what type of job you can do it. But to do it, you need to go to school first.
True.
Yeah, and since they don't take school that serious, and they spend most of that time complaining about unemployment instead of them trying to study hard and change it, that's why I think it's so high. Yeah, I think that's why. Most of that too, I feel like that's the reason why unemployment is so high. Because youth don't take school serious, and because the upper management, instead of using the funds to create like opportunity jobs, all of this, they do use the money for personal uses.
Oh man, well said. Thank you very much. We've got a HR specialist who deals with employment issues. Do you have any question for him?
The only question I can have for him is, what is taking him so long to change? He gotta change the situation. Why isn't it like he's not working? I feel like nothing has changed so far. I feel like nothing is going forward. Why is it taking it so like such a long time? Since we're like, oh, we're gonna change it, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I'm asking, when is it gonna do it? When is it gonna provide this and that for employment? That's all.
Love it. Thank you so much, Nick. All right, thank you.
Damn.
Right.
God damn. The young people, man. Yeah, she threw you under the bus there, brother.
Yeah, she did.
It's your responsibility for all this.
Listen, she's making me accountable for this one. When is he going to?
HR of South Africa.
Oh my God. I felt like Ramaphosa for a minute. Okay. When did we get you? Now listen, in response to my sister out there, it really, when it comes to changing, it's internal.
Sure.
Right? People need to change themselves first before they can expect somebody else to change any situation. So change your mindset, change the way that you think about things. You gotta have a positive attitude, okay, in order to change your mindset. You gotta be, somebody who is reliable, who acts with integrity. Then people will definitely trust you, and that may change your whole world. But most importantly, you need to be very, very curious about what happens out there. All right. We are not cats, so curiosity is definitely not gonna kill us.
Yeah. I like that.
I like that.
Please,
like that.
Okay.
be curious as much as you can.
Yeah.
Go out there, hunt for the information, grab as much information as you can. This will bring upon the change in your life.
Yeah.
All right. So it starts with you. That's what I can say.
Yeah, the last one I wanted to say is just a simple one, quick. What are the most common mistakes that our youth make concerning interviews and also CVs? Because we didn't touch on that.
Okay.
That will literally derail them from getting employed. Because that's most of them. They are amazed. Why am I not getting employed? But I got this. But what are those most common mistakes that the youth like making?
Yeah. This question I can answer it in my sleep, man.
Yeah.
Or at 2 a.m. if you wake me up, because it's something that bothers me all the time. And I did actually touch on it a little bit as we were chatting a little earlier. People do not do research.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do not do their homework. You cannot come to the company that you want to be a future employee in and not even know what their values are. The history, your values need to be intertwined with the company values, and that's how the working relationship is going to work. If the values of Bolga do not resonate my values, I got no business working at Bolga. All right, I gotta go elsewhere where my values will resonate. All right,
That's integrity.
yeah, that's
You
integrity
know that,
right there.
okay, I want this, I need what it has to offer.
Yeah.
But we don't match.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's maturity.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, at Dream Hotels and Resorts, we also have a set of values, and just to mention a few without having to mention all 100 of them, joy, Ubuntu, which is humanity, reliability. These are some of the values, and if I did not resonate with these, I would not actually be a good fit for let alone the role, the organization itself, because then it speaks to culture, right? What is the culture of this company? Am I gonna be able to fit into the culture? All right.
Yo, that was powerful, man. Brayaga, this has been absolutely amazing. Any last words to the people who are watching, the young people who are looking for jobs?
Yeah, definitely. And I think I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I really want to encourage the youth to not wait until such time that something is handed over to them. Start with what you have. All right. And you'll remember, I mean, not everybody is fortunate enough to come from a well-off family. There's a lot of us that had to take NSFAS in order to apply. Use the resources that you have, use the networks that you have, and really put yourself out there. Go for job shadowing, in your near areas where you live, and this will definitely set you apart, because you will have something to put on your CV whenever that big opportunity arises.
And no job is too big for you. Like you must, or too small for you. Like you must, even if it's a spaza shop, go there and ask
absolutely.
for work.
Because that's when you gain customer service experience, communication
Sales
experience, interpersonal sales, and
How about
that's
humility?
Humility as well.
You gotta be very humble, man.
Because some of these kids have got a big attitude, eh? Hey, they think they've arrived, eh?
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, slow down. homie.
Exactly. I mean, you are, no, Uncle Zach is right. The things that we see at our offices in the HR department, bro, they're mind-boggling. I mean, you get a fresh graduate applying for a CEO position.
I win.
You're like, what the?
Yeah. Like, listen, I can own this guy. I can own you. Let's run. Let's do this. I promise you. Wow. I know. I can see your eyes are like, what? It is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So it's very important for them not to just apply for anything and everything. Be very intentional and make sure that you make your CV to the specific roles that you are looking for.
Oh, man, that was amazing. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you so much. Tell everybody who you work for, the company you work for, and where they can find you and stuff.
All right, cool. So I am with Dream Hotels and Resorts. We are headquartered in Bryanston. We have about 22 hotels and resorts all around the country. And I did say the last time that I was around that we are trying to branch You know, so Botswana, we've got Nogatsa Hills. They just recently opened. We're still busy with that position right now. Yeah. Nogatsa Hills and Go Up Hands.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that we recently took over. But yeah, hopefully we will go international, not in the SADC.
Yeah.
Shout out to my team at Dream Hotels and Resorts. Chabu, To, Sivuile, Kobisa. We've got Jackie, Nakisha, Bryony. I did shout her out the first time around. Who else? Natasha. Ooh, she was gonna kill me.
Hey,
if
you
I
better
didn't
not
shout
forget
her out.
nobody.
I better not. But yeah, thank you. It's an amazing team, man. We really try by all means to push, and we've got Desiree, who just recently joined us from the Western Cape.
Yeah.
So she's working quite close with us. So yeah, that's the team. Gang.
When are we hosting at the hotel?
No, they will tell us. They will
Listen,
tell us when the
I
time
think
is
that's
right.
a great idea.
Make it happen.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
we
Yeah,
can
so that
do
you
that.
can interview the different employees as
Yeah.
well. Find out exactly how the culture is, how they're working, how they're being treated.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Make it happen.
It'll be nice, man. We have to be a show that actually brings real practical solutions. You know, unemployment is the highest
Yeah.
we've ever had in the country, and
Right.
with unemployment comes a lot of social ills.
Right.
So we can't sit around and talk about fluffy entertainment stuff all the time.
Yes.
So we have to be intentional as a gentleman's club. So we appreciate you, brother, for
Thank you
helping
so
us
much, brother.
steer us in the right direction.
Yeah.
So
No,
we
thank
appreciate
you
that.
very much for having me, guys. Once again, shout out to my son. Happy birthday, boy.
birthday.
Levi said too. Have it lit, boy. Have it lit. Daddy loves you.
Levi must know that legends are born in April, man. I'm just saying. All right, guys, Rabi Roti standing by with the news, and after that, we'll continue our conversations. Tulani, thank you so much, brother. You're a
thank you, guys.
superstar, brother.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The first superstar HR person you'll ever meet.
Wow.
Thank you, Uncle Zach, for the Gentlemen's Club on Bogart Radio, bringing you the latest international, national, and City of Joburg headlines. This is Didaba. My name is Rabi Road. We begin with international developments in the Middle East, where tensions remain high as the United States signals a possible end to its war with Iran. US President Donald Trump says the conflict could be brought to an end within 2 to 3 weeks, even as fighting continues across the region. The war, now in its 5th week, has seen sustained US and Israeli strikes on Iranian targets, alongside retaliatory missile and drone attacks from Iran and its allies. At the same time, the conflict is expanding beyond Iran. In Lebanon, Israeli airstrikes have killed civilians in the capital Beirut as clashes with Hezbollah intensify. President Trump has also sparked controversy after saying the United States will no longer take responsibility for securing the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global oil route, placing that burden on other nations. His administration has warned allies to do more, while also threatening further strikes on Iran's energy infrastructure if a deal is not reached soon. Despite this rhetoric, signals of de-escalation are emerging, with Washington suggesting a withdrawal could happen even without a formal agreement. Let's hear Donald Trump.
I would say that within 2 weeks, maybe 3, we're hitting them very hard. Last night we knocked out tremendous amounts of missile-making facilities. We'll be leaving very soon, and if France or some other country wants to get oil or gas, they'll go up through the Strait and Hormuz Strait. They'll go right up there, and they'll be able to fend for themselves. I think it'll be very safe, actually, but we have nothing to do with that. What happens in the Strait, we're not going to have anything to do with it. But we're finishing the job, and I think within maybe 2 weeks, maybe a couple of days longer to do the job, but we want to knock out every single thing there.
Back home, Statistics South Africa has confirmed a major cybersecurity breach. The agency says hackers accessed one of its systems and are now demanding a ransom of $100,000, about 1.7 million rand. The group behind the attack, a hacker group called XP95, claims to have stolen over 150 gigabytes of data, including hundreds of thousands of files. StatsSA has made it clear it will not pay the ransom and says the breach was limited to an internal human resources system used by job applicants, not its core statistical databases. However, the incident raises fresh concerns about this growing threat of cybercrime in South Africa, especially as government systems become increasingly targeted. XP95 is also claiming responsibility for accessing private and personal information from the Gauteng City Region Academy, alleging it had obtained 147 gigabytes of data. It is again demanding $100,000 in ransom. Authorities say they are working with cybersecurity structures and will notify the information regulators as required by law. And in Johannesburg, a pothole has become a political flashpoint after a viral stunt forced the city to act. Democratic Alliance leader Helen Zille drew national attention after swimming in a large water-filled pothole in Douglasdale, highlighting long-standing infrastructure failures. This pothole, caused by a burst pipe, had reportedly remained unresolved for over 3 years, despite repeated complaints from residents. Within days of the video going viral, the city of Joburg moved in to repair the pipe and fill the hole. Residents have welcomed the swift response, but are questioning why it took public spectacle to trigger action. Johannesburg Mayor Dada Morero says the repairs form part of ongoing infrastructure work, citing aging water pipes as a key challenge across the city. He also said Helen Zille should have not swam in the pothole to get her point across, as that encourages children to do the same, and children have died in such instances. The incident has reignited debate about service delivery in South Africa's economic hub, where infrastructure failures from burst pipes, broken robots and streets remain a daily reality. Let's hear Mayor Dada Morero.
Good morning, residents of Joburg. We are here in Douglasdale, Balder Road, where Mrs. Zille was swimming. It's important to confirm, yes, there was a reported burst, and Joburg Water responded to the burst on the 29th of March, and they've been doing work to fix the steel pipe, replace the steel pipe. We are aware that 3 years ago, the same area had a burst, but I guess we also have to request Mrs. Zille not to swim where there's a burst, because the risk of that, we are saying, we are encouraging children in the townships to swim when there's work that is being done in the burst pipes, and we have seen in the past where children died as a result of swimming in either manholes or where a pipe burst has been repaired. So we want to request to her that it is not good example to say so. She might just have stood just next to the burst pipe and continued with the political campaigning.
This has been your world, your nation, and your city. For the Gentlemen's Club, my name is Rabbi Rote. Uncle Zach, back to you in studio.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Robbie Rote, for the brilliant news. And of course, he started off with what's happening in the world, the Iran and America war that's going on. But interestingly, he ended off with Gogo Helen Zille. I think that's a story that everybody's talking about at the moment. The fact that she had to jump into a very dirty pothole to make a point and swim.
It's not that dirty. I don't think it's that dirty. It's just because of it's the sand underneath. Because the first time the first video that she took, she had her feet in. Now she's like, let me go get a swimsuit,
Yeah.
Let me scuba dive. Mama Helen is... she's awesome, bro.
She's saying at nighttime, I know people use that as a street toilet. Able Suga.
And I didn't think of that.
And she's now, putting her health in danger.
Also,
Okay.
you telling me that there might be some
Yo,
turds all up in there.
Couple of flippy floppies. I'm just saying.
With that mama boo boo.
And I mean, it's been 3 years of that pothole.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Can you explain that, Uncle? Like why is the municipality waiting for 3 years? And because she was saying that other people can't even drive out of their driveways, they can't come in. They have to come in a different way. Why is it taking them so long for a burst pipe that has been flooding the whole street for 3 years? Aren't we wasting water in that manner?
No, absolutely. I mean, you saw the mayor responded very quickly to go and fix it. I mean, it
Great
just
job.
shows that...
Is it fixed
Great
now?
job.
Yeah, it's fixed now.
Okay.
So, I think the problem we have is that you've got officials that go to work, but they don't do their jobs. You know, people who kekelezas in the office.
Yes.
They go to work,
They're just
and
there.
then they get there, they're in the kitchen in the morning, they're making something to drink, they're taking 2 hours talking to friends.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of lazy employees.
Need some infrastructure, personal
Yeah.
development going on.
Yeah.
But
and
how-
then also you've got contractors. So you have contractors who actually damage infrastructure
To get
so
this
that they can get the job.
get the bid.
And then if there is no purchase order or anything like that, they're not going to fix anything until they get paid. Wow. Yeah.
Wait, let me get this straight. So it's like maybe taking my car or my phone to somebody to go and fix it up. They're like, you know what, let's not fix it properly because
So
of
let
we
you come
want
back.
them to come back again. So they're doing that when it comes to
Yeah.
our infrastructure, water infrastructure. Why are they doing that in a way?
Remember, they are, like people always say that like South Africans are prone to corruption some way or the other. It's either they don't pay their traffic fines, pay their rates and taxes, pay their taxes,
Yeah.
pay for, like, there are things South Africans normally do that is also breaking the law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So others, they will steal where they work. Maybe they work at a shop, they steal cheese. People always steal, bro.
Nay.
You know? Like I worked in a restaurant, people used to steal cheese. They used to steal buns. We used to steal
Cheese buns.
Yeah.
Why are you incriminating yourselves like we? You
No, but I mean, I was naughty, I was young, and
So you was the people stealing cheese buns. Why you ain't bring none in here today?
cheese boy, my boy.
oh my God.
Who moved the cheese?
So, you know, in the restaurants, you know how they used to steal? They would take a bagger and then they would put it there and then they're going chow in a bathroom or something like that.
Are you guys that hungry?
Well, I think some people are just naughty, just generally. They do. So some, they'll be in a corporate environment. They don't steal low things. They steal millions.
Damn.
And they call it white collar crime. They give it a nice label. They call it collision.
Yeah.
Remember there was a bread collision? They were charging us more than what the bread is actually worth.
Really?
And they were taken to the competition
I
commission.
don't know about
You don't know about that?
No.
Yeah. So, so people are just generally very naughty. So you get naughty people in government too that will steal money through corruption, fruitless and wasteful expenditure.
Yeah.
So if they don't do it at that scale in government, if they were employed in your company, they would try and steal from you too.
So I would during the break right now, you spoke about our honorable, mayor, Mr. Dada Moreira. Him apologizing, not coming. But I picked up on some of the pointers that you spoke about there. My question is, when it comes to the GNU right now, how has it impacted the way that our service delivery has been done and the water and all the infrastructure? Because if you spoke about certain political parties, because as you know, South Africa is a multi-partied, country, whereby if this party does not agree, this party does not agree, and you are in the GNU and you're like, I do not have power now, and I need to impress them and all that. How has that actually dragged us down for our service delivery?
All right. So what you have in Johannesburg, what you have in Tshwane is what they called a GLU.
Okay.
It's not GNU. It's Government of Local Unity.
Okay.
Kodimo, it's the GNU. Ne? So it's National Unity, Local Unity.
Local Unity,
Okay. So in Johannesburg, you've got the ANC, The ANC is in charge of the mayorship, the deputy mayor, the MMC of finance, MMC of development planning, MMC of corporate sharing services, MMC of EISD. Now, Helen was complaining about the potholes. The potholes is actually run by Kenny Kunene, who is the MMC of transport.
How? Oh, transport roads. Yeah.
Roads, transport, buses, street lights. It's Kenny Kunene. And then if you look at public safety, it's the EFF. So they share the power. So if they are complaining, remember, and also this is what I sometimes don't understand about the DA. Remember, the DA is in bed with the ANC at the national level anyway.
Yeah, the national, Now local.
And they are complaining less at national level because you've got John, who's the minister, and John has been quiet these last days.
He has, eh?
John used to be fire. Remember how he used to punch the ANC in the face, in the nose? Now he's got the blue lights, he's more chilled, he's more relaxed. They're no longer raising tough issues at that level. And then if you look at local level, Helen is slinging everybody, hitting everyone, but at nationally, it's not the same type of energy. So you're in a relationship with the ANC here, but let's say the DA and the ANC were in a coalition in the city of Johannesburg. Do you think that it would be an extensive campaign for the DA to slam the ANC if they were in bed with them?
You know, these politics, man.
Crazy. So, you know, now she has to be creative, swim in her pools. I don't know what else she's going to swim in, bro.
It's funny because, you know, what I want to read about from yesterday, the energy that she did by doing that is a whole different new level of content. So maybe now content creators will follow the lead and start going out and making visible storylines that expose to hyperboles and exaggerations in real time and make it go viral.
Yeah.
God.
But I must salute the old lady, Gogo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how many other 75-year-olds do you know
doing that?
I love
that
it.
are doing that?
I love it.
You know, she's got the energy. I mean, sometimes she's handing out things at the robot. You can see she's
powerful.
energetic.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And you say 75.
Yeah, around
She's
about
not working
75,
for anybody
76.
right now, so she's basically creating a work for her passion. And
Well, she's
telling the truth.
she's a secretary general of the DA. So she does get paid by the DA.
The DA, the same ones that are hanging out with the.
Yeah.
You see what, man?
Yeah.
You know,
To stop himself.
friends. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends.
Crazy, bro.
They must all work together.
Yeah, man. All right, so we got about 10 minutes. I think let's leave the politics out. We've got just to discuss your thing because, you know, we're never going to finish the politics, man.
Yeah.
But we encourage everybody to register to vote. And you can go to the IEC website and just make sure you check yourself out. Put your ID number there. Check if you are registered. Check if you are eligible to vote. And make sure that you go and register as soon as the registration process opens up. And the registration weekend is coming up in June. So make sure you go and vote and register to vote.
The local.
The local, we're hoping that if the president makes a pronouncement by June or July, then it will be in November. If it doesn't happen like that, it will be next year. Yeah, we got to get sure that our people participate, especially young people.
Yeah.
Like you can't, you know, I always say to young people, you want to be active in the economy, but you're not active in the politics. How do you expect to run things?
Yeah.
You don't attend meetings, like development happens in your hood and you don't have a cooking clue, but you've gone to school.
Yeah.
You've gone to school, a shopping center is built, roads are being widened, development is coming, but when you are not thinking, actually,
there's a opportunity
something
here.
happening
I
here.
can get something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interestingly, I was chatting to another friend. She's a journalist on SABC, and she was saying to me, you know, Sipo, I'm worried about these people who are so-called educated. We're actually going through how people have bought their education. They bought their degrees, they bought their honors, they bought the ing, because we were saying, you see this person has these qualifications, but when you talk to them, they have no common sense, they have no general knowledge of anything.
Sure.
And she's like, as a woman, you know how tough it is for me to chat to some men because they're going to tell me how much money they've got. They're going to tell me what they bought. But other than that, there's very little
they can offer.
Yeah.
Besides that.
So now we keep asking ourselves, are some of these people really educated? Like, are they really?
Hey, it's
You
a
know?
topic for another day. Like
Yeah.
the use of there's educational institutions in South Africa because,
Yeah.
as you said, some of them are buying the degrees.
I mean, I've worked with a lot of young people, and a lot of them, they would say they've got degrees, and I'd be like, yo, you look like you haven't even finished grade 1, bro. Like,
How is somebody looking like he's not she's not educated? Like, is educated written in your face? Like, when are you educated?
You know,
no, but like, you know, if you educated, bro, you must have a good general knowledge base of what's happening in the country where I live, what the interest rate is, what like you at least need to know something.
Yeah.
If you don't know none of that, but then you're gonna talk about, I don't know, some crazy other stupid stuff. But anyway, yeah, there we said it. Mr. Cortez, let's wrap it up with you, brother.
All right. So yesterday I was blessed with the opportunity to go to the Women in Energy Business Opportunity Conference. And the Minister of Energy was the keynote speaker. Now, before I dive into the little write-up because I created a couple, I wrote an article as a print to talk about the equity of what was being said there.
As you always do. Yeah.
Energy-wise, we're talking about how to solve economic crises. That is a wide open gateway that can really bring prosperity to the country and create jobs. I think there's something maybe that some 72,000 maybe jobs that can be developed in the next 2 years to 3.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just at the surface level.
Yeah.
So let me pop right in here and just give a small little read up on yesterday, but not too much detail. You got to go on my social page and read the article. The concept of this is called electric fabric. Okay. A lift up, not a handout. There are moments when a country reveals itself, not in policy, not in headlines, but in rooms where pressure, ambition, and opportunity collide. At the Women in Energy Conference, something real moved, not just conversation, signal. Power is not electricity. South Africa understands this better than most. Electricity is not power. Power is what you build after the current flows. A room can be electric, but if nothing follows it, becomes memory. Here at the Gentlemen's Club, I believe we don't deal in moments, we deal in movement. Energy is culture, at Fashion Flow, Entertainment News. We see what others miss. Energy is not just infrastructure, it is identity. Fashion is how a nation presents itself. Entertainment is how a nation expresses itself. Energy is how a nation sustains itself. When those align, you don't get trends, you get transformation. The question that matters, how do we transform, include, and empower? That's not just policy, that's positioning, because you can give someone access, but without structure, they remain outside ownership. The runway and the grid. The runway and the energy grid do the same thing. They decide who gets seen and who gets powered. Right now, access is opening, but ownership is not moving fast enough. That is the gap. The last mile in this space, the last mile is everything. Not being invited, but leaving with the contract. Not being seen, but being paid at value. Not inspiration, but activation. That is real elevation. The 72-hour rule. Every powerful moment has a clock. 72 hours after that energy fades, contacts cool down, reality returns to normal, or what your normal is. So the real question is, who moved within 72 hours? And this is a principle for everything. Because timing is everything, in fashion, in business, and in life. What's hot? Fashion right now. Fashion is moving with intention. In South Africa, upcycling and sustainable streetwear are driving youth-led brands, turning limited resources into high value. Identity. Township creativity is becoming global currency. Globally, AI-driven designs, digital fashion, and direct-to-consumer platforms are changing the game. Designers are no longer waiting for approval. They are building audiences and selling in real time, or they're creative entrepreneurs. Gender fluid fashion and retro revival styling continue to dominate, blending past and future into one narrative. Entertainment is exemplifying or amplifying this shift. South Africa's Amapiano movement continues to influence global sound, fashion, and culture. Artists are not just performers, they are brands, shaping identity through music, visuals, and style. Globally, the industry is evolving through streaming dominance, digital concerts, and cross-border collaborations. Even with global tensions and economic pressure, creativity is not slowing down at all. It is adapting, it is expanding, it is monetizing faster than ever. One ecosystem. For us here at Bogart Radio, Gentlemen's Club, we don't see silos, we see systems. When a woman wins in energy, her household changes. When her status shifts, her presence expands. And that shows up in how she dresses, where she moves, and how she's seen. That's fashion. That is entertainment. That is power made visible. The standard. We stand on one principle. You do not rise by being given. You rise by being positioned to take. So when you say, I lift up, not a handout, we mean real access, real structure, real outcomes. And listen, the final word, the room was electric, the question was right, the moment was real, but here's the truth. If it doesn't reach the individual, it doesn't change a darn thing in the country. This is where the work begins, not in the spotlight, but in execution. Thank you.
Not in spotlight, but execution.
Brilliant, my brother. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of our show. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I hope the young people have taken from the words and the pearls of wisdom you've just dropped. So we appreciate you.
Yes.
So what's up for the week ahead, Brinsley, on your side as we say goodbye?
The week ahead, on my side, I'm still going to be back here.
Okay.
I'm still around. As I said, I'm on a hiatus.
We got interesting guests coming up this week.
Oh, yeah.
Next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we do. Let me not name them now, but we got fashion designers, we got people, one from the UK who has a platform whereby you can book your own office space, for just a couple of hours to impress your clients to be. And we also got Umkulu, all about plant-based, eating healthy and all that, and to share some wisdom with us. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one, actually.
Fire.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Love it. I look forward to talking to Mkulu because I'm all about herbs, really about eating.
Mkulu Kiabe and also Benjamin from Reef Africa, and the other one, we just managing to get him in. If not, but we'll have somebody to replace him. But yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. On your side, brother?
Today I was going to play a trick on myself.
Okay.
And do nothing. Because it's April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, April Fool's.
And then in my mind, it was like, are you some kind of damn fool? You just can't sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do something, but I don't know what the hell that is. But y'all welcome to join me in doing something that come out of nothing.
Yeah.
And make something happen. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, brother. Shout out to you, man. All right, gents, thank you very much. Interesting week ahead. Lots that's going to be happening in the month of April. And, of course, yeah, man, the legend was born this month, man.
Yeah, and before what's happening? Week
Yes,
ahead,
sir.
what's going to be happening? Your birthday, because
What you gonna do?
Yeah, man. I mean, Easter's coming up this Friday.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to wish everybody, especially on who are watching us right now on all multiple platforms, happy Easter. May God be with you. So I'm looking forward to a lot of pickled fish.
Ooh.
And pickled fish.
Somebody cooking?
Yeah.
Where we going?
Where we going?
Where we
Give
going?
yourself an invite.
Hey, what are those things with the raisins? You eat them with the colored people like those with raisins.
Are you talking about China fruit?
No. It's you eat them with pickled fish and
They got raisins.
hot cross buns.
The hot cross buns. I love those things.
Hot cross buns.
Cross buns.
Yeah, hot cross buns. The chocolate ones though, with some fish. So that's gonna be my weekend eats.
Okay.
So we coming over, hey?
So yeah, you're welcome.
We invited, right?
Yeah, you invited.
I'll
bro.
come on.
Yeah.
I'll bring
Everyone's
some.
invited, man.
Okay.
You're coming through.
I'll bring an
So
Easter
it's gonna
bunny.
be beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So that's what I look forward to, and we'll be back again next week. So I appreciate it, ladies. Thank you so much. We've got amazing, beautiful ladies in studio.
Yep.
Who are the technical people in the studio, man? They do the most out here.
Yeah, they make it happen.
So they make it happen. Without them, we are nothing.
That's
you
right.
know that we are nothing. nothing without them. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we appreciate you, ladies. So we'll be back again next week. May God be with you, bless you, and strengthen you in everything that you do. Peace out, people.
Peace.